It feels like we have been waiting for an eternity for these ATP finals, but finally we are here. We are just a day away from the year-end championships. For the first time in 23 years, no member of the Big Three will be here, which in previous years would mean that the tournament is wide open, but in 2024, even without the Big Three, this tournament feels like a two, maybe a three-horse race. So let's figure out who are, in my opinion, the main favorites to win it all in Turin. I'm going to start off my predictions with the Nastasiy group, which consists of Jannik Sinner, Daniil Medvedev, Taylor Fritz and Alex de Minaur. I don't think that it takes a genius to understand that the main battle in the group will be for the second place, as Jannik is the clear favorite here. Obviously there's a chance that something crazy happens, but I wouldn't bet on that. However, I would bet on an upset in the first match of the tournament, because I'm predicting that Taylor Fritz will beat Daniil Medvedev in 3 sets. My reasoning might sound harsh, but honestly, Medvedev has been kinda stinky since Wimbledon. Whenever he played solid opposition in the past 3 months, it ended with a pretty discouraging loss filled with explosions of oddness, and at this point they have become boring and predictable. On the other hand, Taylor Fritz is on a roll. Finals at the US Open, semis in Shanghai. We will ignore Paris because I genuinely feel like most of the players play there just so that they don't get fined. But my main point is that I genuinely feel like Taylor is simply the better player right now, and even him frying his hair blonde won't change that. In the next match, Jannik Sinner will deal with Alex de Minaur in 2 sets. I won't even overthink here. Jannik leads the head-to-head 7-love. He's in greater form, he likes the indoor hardcourts more, he will have the home crowd support behind him, so this prediction is a no-brainer. Now let's move on to the Newcomb group, where there are 2 obvious favorites and 2 obvious outsiders. Alexander Zverev and Carlos Alcaraz are faves, and Casper Ruud and Andrey Rublev are the outsiders. But are we in for a surprise here? No, not really, at least not in the first matches, cause Alcaraz and Zverev will win them in straights. I guess the more interesting matchup is between Zverev and Rublev, but with that being said, Zverev has just been too good this season to even give a chance to Andrey here. Back to the Nastasiy group we go, where Jannik Sinner will take on Daniil Medvedev. And you know what? Let's take a step back from predicting, cause I want to get something off my chest. Fuck everyone who is responsible for this draw. I hate y'all with every single fiber of my being. This matchup has ruined this year, this season and this tournament for me. Watching a Sinner Medvedev match makes me hate tennis, and I don't want to hear any nerd in the comment section saying, "Well, actually this matchup is of great quality, and if you don't enjoy that, then you don't enjoy tennis." Just shut the fuck up. Simply off. This will be their 8th matchup since the last year's ATP Finals. 8 matches. It basically means that they are playing once every month. I feel sick to my stomach. I'm tired of it, and I don't get what we as tennis fans have done to get tortured by this shitty encounter where we have had the same winner in 8 out of the last 9 matches. There is no intrigue, there is no excitement, and there is no way that we will see a different outcome this time around. Sinner is straights and they both can piss off. My mood has been ruined just by thinking about this match, so from now on these will be angry but most importantly concise predictions. Alex de Minaur will beat Taylor Fritz in 3 sets, because I feel like tennis gods will reward him for his perseverance throughout the year, and since we are in Italy, the fashion gods will make Taylor pay for the abomination that he had on his head before the ATP Finals. So this is how the Nastasiy group will look after the second round of matches. In a battle of stinkers in the Newcomb group, Andrey Rublev will keep his hopes of the semi-finals alive after a straight set win against Casper Ruud. Nothing against the Norwegian, but it seems like he has been on vacation at least since the US Open, so I don't see him being good enough to even take a set of the ginger boy. Carlos Alcaraz will play Sasha Zverev next, and honestly speaking, it is an actually interesting matchup, but I have to stick to my word and be concise. I'm picking Alcaraz in 3. Carlos will be adjusted to the conditions after his dub in the first match, so I'm betting on him being on a high after a great showing and thus taking this very tough encounter against the guy who is higher than him in the rankings. So Alcaraz will take the lead in the Newcomb group after the first 2 matches. In the Nastasiy group, Fritz is in a very unfortunate predicament where he essentially needs to beat Jannik Sinner to qualify for the semis, but that won't happen. We saw how the US Open final played out. I just don't see a way in which Taylor can beat the Italian, and even though some might get concerned whether Sinner will give this match his all since he already would be be qualified for the semis, I think that Jannik's goal is to complete a clean sweep in front of his home crowd. So I believe that he will be locked in. Still, I'm going to give Taylor one set in this defeat. And the last match of this group between Daniil Medvedev and Alex de Minaur will end with a win for the Australian. I will sound like a Medvedev hater in this video, but I don't care, cause my hot take is that this will be the last time we will see Daniil Medvedev play at the ATP Finals. I just feel like the best players in the world have figured him out, and he's not that incredibly consistent player that he once was at his peak. Like, if we are being objective here, Daniil played maybe one or two great tournaments this year, which are Wimbledon and Indian Wells. Before you say anything about the Australian Open, in my opinion, he was just really lucky there. He has a negative win-loss record against the top 10 this year, 0 titles. He hasn't been a top-tier player since Wimbledon, as his record since then is 12-9. And in general, his playstyle is very demanding, so as he is getting older, I see him starting his gradual decline as soon as next season. So I'm banking on de Minaur being able to take out the trash and win this in 3 sets, which means that Jannik Sinner and Alex de Minaur will advance to the semis. Fritz will finish 3rd, leaving Medvedev dead last. In the newcome group, everything is going to be much simpler. Alexander Zverev will send Casper Ruud packing with another straight set loss, and the battle for the second place will end with Alcaraz whooping Rublev. Andrey will lose his head the same way he did last year, and his fangirls will infantilize and defend him no matter what, and will ask for people to give Andrey just another chance to become a non-insane person on the court, even though the guy is 27 for fuck's sakes. And the other side of the tennis world will talk shit and act surprised that a man who has been losing his head for 27 years is still doing that, and at this point I don't know which side is worse. Alcaraz will finish the round robin stage undefeated, Zverev in 2nd, with Rublev and Ruud getting eliminated, which will set up a blockbuster semi-final between Sinner and Zverev, and a not so blockbuster semi between Alcaraz and de Minaur. Let's start off with a more easily predictable one, where I anticipate a very solid showing from de Minaur, which unfortunately for him will still end with a straight set loss. But on the other side of the bracket, I predict a heartbreak for the Italians, cause Jannik Sinner will lose in the 3rd set tiebreak against Sasha Zverev. Is there a super insightful reason as to why I think this will happen? Not really, I just feel like this will be the reverse of their Cincy match, where Jannik was the one who clutched up in the tiebreakers. In my opinion, in these conditions, Zverev's serve will be the key to victory, and as far as Sinner goes, I guess everything on the court has been going too flawlessly this season, so it's probably time for a bit of a heartbreak. So the final will be a rematch from the group stages, where Carlos Alcaraz will take on Sasha Zverev. Will Carlos win his 1st ATP Finals, or will Sasha get his 3rd and join some elite names with 3 year-end championships? And the winner will be Sasha Zverev, and he will do it in 2 sets. Listen, I know that not many want to see an outcome like this, but I feel like every hater, including me, will get one huge fuck you from Zverev in the form of the ATP Finals title. Will it make people change their stance on him? I highly doubt it, but still, his win will make people's blood boil, and that will definitely bring some joy to him and his fans. So that's my prediction for the ultimate tournament this season. Let me know what you think about it in the comment section down below, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and until next time, take it easy, my friend.